had over like 160 more punches, but a lot of them were jabs and not effective jabs. A little bit of arm punchy. I was okay with Easter Jr. getting the win. The robbery thing, I think, is silly. It was a close fight. I really think it just stems from that horrendous, horrible 190 scorecard. So people take that and go, oh, he got robbed. Well, obviously, it feels like he could never win that fight. But I was comfortable with 6-4, 5-4, 1, whatever. Like I said, if you scored a draw, I don't see any problem with that. You know what I mean? Not at all. It is what it is. But it that's for sure. It definitely lived up to what we thought it would be. And Granados, I know he thinks that he got robbed or whatever, and I understand he has been on the short side of some of these, decisions. And based off that 190, I could see how he's like, well, dude, I never had a chance. But I get that. I just didn't think he won the fight. I like Granados a lot, too, but I didn't think he won the fight. I thought it was a good fight, though. In the main event, Erickson Lubin. Oh, Frank Sanchez fought to boring decision. By the way, 12 or 10 round. That's good for him. Erickson Lubin and Nathan Gallimore. This is all Lubin. I mean, could you give Gallimore a round? I'm not sure. Maybe the 8th. That was probably the best two-way round. Both of them, landed good shots. It started out really slow. A few decent lands here and there by Lubin. And he started jabbing with some authority. He also was landing some pretty good hooks. He was starting to cut the ring off a little bit. Gallimore was, I should say. But the jabs and straight left hands were just too much. There was a hard left hand. And I think a right hand that seemed to land really hard. Some heavy shots with the two of them. Snapping the neck of Gallimore with the left hand. It just, you saw Lubin with some subtle movement and jabs, and he was just, seemed like he was in complete control. He was using angles, Gallimore, the counter left, too. I forgot to mention that. He landed some counter lefts. But besides that, there were some two-way moments in the night, too. But besides that 8th round, it wasn't, even the 10th round, it was like, okay, early body work. Well, that's great, but then Lubin would just finish stronger. So he really cruised to a decision. Pretty easy win there. So, yeah, I did maybe one round you can give to Gallimore, and that's it. The punch stats were 137 to 66. So it was very, very dominant. And it's good to see Lubin kind of, get back on the good foot, right? It was good to see Lubin definitely get back to his grind, man. No doubt about it. Let me see here. The number to dial is 646-381-4990 for those who are listening. We have well over an hour for the live stream. That shouldn't be a problem as far as cutting you off. But yeah, like I said, maybe you're got some errands to do. You're stuck in traffic. You're going to go to the club, get a workout. You go grocery shop. You got to pick up the kids. Take the show, Rope It Up Radio Podcast, with you. 646-381-4990. You can listen to the whole show that way, all at once, not just on archive. Let me make sure. That this is okay. We're good. All right. Just had a double check. I had a text that failed, so I was just making sure that we don't have a problem. It looks like we're good. All right. So, and anybody that's on right now, I'm not going to go to you.
Don't forget, click the link in the description box.
But just letting you guys know out there that, it is, it's your prerogative. If you want to call in, please do. Or not call in, but if you want to press 1 and join it, please do. If not, you're just hanging out. That's cool, too. We got plenty of folks that do that. Like I said, I always respect that. Just going over a couple items here. Okay, there we go. So,
donate to the page.
Next,
can you guys hear?
Item that we're going to get to is Shakur Stevenson. And this was a one-sided fight, too. Just like the Lubin fight. Very one-sided. Not much to write home about. Um, there's positives. People were either really high on this performance and thought, this dude's the best defensive fighter in the game. His hands beat silly, these accolades, which I think he does deserve accolades, where he's at and all that. But, or it was like people were really not happy with the performance. Like he didn't try to finish him. When you have that level in front of you, you should finish him, especially if you're starting to become a name or you're trying to become a name.
This is the boxing show we're on. The Roboto boxing.
He did very well, but I have to admit it wasn't.
Don't forget to donate to the page. Click the link in the description box.
Performance.
This is for everybody who donated in the Streamlab.
And I'm a person that has, Hagler and Leonard. I was with Leonard. Duran Leonard. I was with Leonard. Style-wise, I'm not a person that sits there and,
I told y'all I was going to put y'all names up.
For not knocking somebody out or something like that. You know what I mean? That's not me. I don't do that. Now, if it's there, you just didn't go for it at all, then, maybe there's an issue. And I think I can understand some people that thought that. I get some of that. Because he did seem kind of content in just winning cleanly. He dominated the rounds, but it's one of those fights where I can't sit there and say he was dominant. You know what I mean? He was good. He was very good at spots. But other times, he kind of looked just like, kind of going through the motions in a sense. And I do think, and I've seen a handful of people mention this, and I think it's something to note as far as, how hard was he going to try to knock out, Joette Gonzalez, the brother of his girlfriend. Does he really want to do that? I don't know. You know what I mean? That is something that you can go, true, that's a good point. You know what I mean? To me, it's not even about going round to round because you couldn't really give a round to Gonzalez, which tells you you're dominating the fight, obviously. This was a step up the competition. Where he's at, he only has, 13 fights or something like that, so I thought he looked pretty good. He had the jab mostly, very measured pace to start out. Started landing the left hand to the body. But like I said, it was a fairly slow fight overall. It got a little better though. Got picked up a little bit. Just jabbing left hands for quite some ways. The second, the third, the fourth. He was fighting smart at range. And then Stevenson would also clinch on the inside, which, as we know, that could be a smart thing to do. And you're going to need it at some point, whether you're hurt or somebody's, really just getting either the better of you on the inside or cheap shot, whatever the case may be. You got to know how to clinch. But yeah, not even going, round to round. I thought he was steady on his jab. But not many explosive punches, and definitely not many combination punches that were explosive. He countered some. He had solid defense. To me, it wasn't elite defense.
You donate to the page, and your name appears on the top.
And being in the ring with somebody, Joette, or watching another fight.
Click the link in the description box.
To me, he countered, but he didn't counter a whole lot. And I thought the counter was there, too. To me, he was just steady. And he just slowly kind of walked away from him and jabbed. You know what I mean? And just was defense ahead. And that, like I said, that's a style he's gonna need. It's gonna help him in the future. No doubt about it. He landed 121 to 53, 33 to 4 on the jab, power shots. 88 to 49. So he landed 43% of his power shots to 13. And Joette, now 24% overall is actually not that great. But that's what Stevenson, averaged. But he held Joette to 11%, which is pretty insignificant. You know what I mean? So, all in all, I thought it was a sturdy fight. You know, sturdy performance, I should say. Was it, like I said, was it great? No, I didn't think he looked great. I didn't think he looked bad though either. I'm kind of in between, based on some of the opinions that I saw out there. You know, I'm not coming down hard on him all the way, but I'm also not like letting them go. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, dude, he toyed with him. He did toy with him. But if you're toying with somebody and you're not on the highest level just yet, you might as well amp it up a minor bit. And I think that's what was missing. And I think that's what people were being critical for. And I don't really think that's overly critical, you know. Like I said, I didn't see, a lot of people said that was a Mayweather performance. To an extent, you know, I get it. Not when Mayweather was young. We know Mayweather was a lot more aggressive, but in the same breath, I see what they're saying. You know, it was a sturdy, like I said, performance, defensive heavy, fundamentally pretty sound. But when Floyd lands a punch, it's hard and it's fast, Pops. You can usually generally see it land cleanly, right? But also the neck will snap because they didn't know it was coming. And some of that comes with counters, some of it setting up shots. But I did see that clean shot where you're like, yeah, you all boxed him, but it also looked like you put something on him and it hurt him a little bit. And not to say none of the shots, you know, didn't have an effect, because that's not true either, but I thought it was a very good performance. I thought he was just trying to defend and win and not really push the pace. And maybe it's because that is his, you know, girlfriend's brother. And it's not like they just started dating during training camp. You know, that's what was kind of funny about this story. But sometimes it was kind of like, well, I mean, they've known each other for a while. They've been dating for a while. It's not like it's, you know, I don't know. Some of it rang a little fake. But, you know, when you got that storyline, you're obviously going to push it. So I can't fault them, that's for sure. But it's not like they didn't like each other or something like that. That's something that was never the case. I mean, who knows, maybe when they first started dating or something, he's like, hey, this dude, oh, he's a flashy boxer, I don't know. But, you know, it seemed like they spent time together. Obviously, yeah. But like I said, a good, very good, like a B something. At times, B plus. At times, maybe A minus, but also B minus at times. So it's kind of a mixed bag of everything. But yeah, it's a good performance, man. I like what I saw out of him for the most part. And we'll see if, you know, if he has somebody that's not on his level in front of him in the future, which he will. And I guess to finish that sentence, it's really, we'll see, you know, we'll see actually how that goes down there. You know, that would be a good test for him. So, like I said, this was a testing ground, and he's not even that deep into his career yet. You know what I mean? So, I just not a big overreacting guy. You know what I mean? Oops. I'm just not a big overreact guy. I've never been a big overreaction guy. Okay, I had to make sure that I was on live because I got some weird texts, but I think that was on something else. But anyway, so yeah, that about wraps that up. Stevenson's going to move on. I mean, he's going to be a handful for anybody at 126. It doesn't matter what you think of his performance. That's just the bottom line. If you can't see that, you got to get some glasses or something like that. So, what else? Oh, Joshua Greer and Nietes, or Nietes, which one is it? I don't know, but they fought. And I did see a chunk of that. And I got to admit, that took a little bit longer to get going than I thought. It really did. And then I was starting to get entertained out of it. I really was. First 2 rounds, super slow. Not a whole lot. You could see the breath they charged. Not the breath they, but what is it? Yeah. You could see him trying to push forward. He was landing the better shot, say, in the third. A few really nice hard right hands by Greer in the fourth. And I'd say by, the fifth round, sixth round, you could see Greer was actually pushing the pace a little bit. And by the seventh round, the fight started heating up more and more. And they're actually, what was it, the eighth round? You could see Greer was trying to really take it over, I felt, at that point. It was a really close fight, and then he took over from rounds, probably seventh and eighth. Sixth, you could see him, like I said, push the pace. By the eighth round, you're looking at a 25-8 landing rate. He was taking over. There was a low blow, and then a late hit on a break in the ninth round by Greer, and then Greer hit the canvas from the right hand that was kind of on the back of his head, side of his head, edge of the back of his head, whatever you want to say. So that, that was, to me, I thought he won. I had him winning pretty cleanly. But the punch stats were close. We're 154 to 126. The scorecards read, was it two? I think it was 295-94 and 196-93. So, the 96, or was it 96-94? And then they took a point out, right? Is that right? Yeah, because the other one was 97-93. Yeah. So, I had Greer winning. He didn't get to break out the pillow, So it is what it is on that. He didn't get to break out the pillow. So that'll be something he has to work on. He's got to get that pillow out, sleep time, or whatever his name is. But either way, it's like it was just mid-level fight. It was a mid-level fight. Whether these fights are for titles or not, or a vacant title, whatever. This is just a mid-level fight. It was a decent co-feature. I didn't have a problem with it at all. It was more competitive than the main event, so that was nice. Also, Derek Chisora took care of David Price. Ricky Burns, Lee Selby beat Ricky Burns. That was a competitive fight. I didn't get to see all of it, though. I did want to go back and see some of that. What else was there? God, there was something else I was going to bring up. And, I can't remember what it was. Okay. I think that's about it. So, let me make sure I'm getting that. So nobody dropped off from what I could tell from the list I saw earlier, or just moments ago, really, a couple of minutes ago, really, on the switchboard. I just refreshed it just in case. It seemed like the same people were on there. So, the number to dial 646-381-4990.
Don't forget, click the link in the description box.
If you want to talk, just text me.
Donate to the Streamlabs.
Every once in a while.
And see your name in lights.
Hangs you up. Every once in a while. Maybe it's doing that. That could be. So if you got on and you know my number, just text me and I'll let you in. Otherwise, maybe you're just hanging out. Maybe you just
Tony 251. J Biz.
Let's see here. All right.
Mr. Felton.
So, I'm going to go ahead and...
Trigger cheese.
So there's a local number. They pressed 1. Okay, so the number starts 651. That is a local Minnesota number. I'm going to go ahead and... Okay. They just dropped. So when you press 1, it means you want to talk. Okay, so you can call back 651. If you want to just chill, that's cool. Maybe you accidentally hung up. Maybe you didn't try to hit one originally. That's cool. Nobody else has hit one right now. Everybody's kind of chilling, and some of the regular people are in here. What's up? How's everybody doing? So yeah, 651. If you want to talk, or if you want to just chill, sorry, if you want to just hang out and chill, that's cool too. I'm not gonna keep going back to you. Just, you can sit there and chill. I just thought since you had pressed one, maybe it was accidental. But I didn't mean to, have you hang up because of that. Hopefully it was just something that happened. Or maybe you just need to hang up and call back. You do have 57 minutes to call back in before the live stream is over. I'm expecting a handful of people to call in here to do these predictions, but it is an early show for me, on this show anyway, so it is kind of taking a little bit longer than normal, but I want these peeps to get in here. So I'm not going to go right to Canelo and Kovalev just yet. I'll break it down, of course. We're going to preview particular. I'm excited for the fight. It's just, there's just a couple of items where you're like, yeah, I don't know. And we got to see it in the ring, and a lot of it's on both sides. We know Kovalev can box. Now, he's not an Arislandi Lara Floyd Mayweather on the bull boxer. I'd probably say he's a little bit more like Austin Trout boxer, outboxing people, trying to. I'm not putting Austin Trout and Kovalev in the same category for their career and all that. Don't say I'm doing that, okay? But I am just kind of trying to talk about styles, and you just won't have to cut off the ring as much against Canelo, against Kovalev as you did against Arislandi Lara. Or Floyd Mayweather, even though Floyd brought the fight to him as well. But that jab and, like I said, circulation.
Top three.
That circular pivot off the jab, that subtle the reach. There are some tools that if Kovalev just sticks to them,
I'm number one,
Canelo,
son.
you can't be like, oh, then he'd win the fight. Well, we don't know that. Because, the scorecard. If it's a tight fight, we know it's going Canelo. If you feel like maybe it was 7-5 for Kovalev, that could still go to Canelo, obviously, as we've seen. So, it's just that jab. I understand that Canelo is a great body puncher. He sets up his punches really well. A lot of people say he's gotten better at cutting off the ring. Maybe, but he hasn't faced anybody that moved a lot on him. Even Khan didn't move a lot, and Khan was winning the fight until he got, until he wasn't. And he was flat out. That's kind of how that fight was going to go. But, Golovkin did some stuff in the second fight on the outside. That was nice, but he's not moving away, and that's not his normal style. So, it's a little different. You know what I mean? It's a little different. And if you can't hurt him to the body, you could be in some trouble. Now, we know Kovalev is not the Kovalev from 3 to 4 years ago. We know that. Now, he looked better in the rematch against Alvarez, but he definitely showed some signs of aging in just to the body. He can't take it to the body necessarily. We saw that with Ward. We saw that with the first Alvarez. He got hurt up top in both those fights as well. Looks good against Yarde until he got hurt and almost stopped in that fight. And Yard is not some great fighter. And I'm not ripping him, but, who exactly did he beat going into that? Not much, you know what I mean? So,
don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the page.
Something like that. So he got stopped, So is Kovalev going to be able to, get out of that and be able to get, out of trouble, out of danger when it's there? But that's what we're going to find out. And it's not like Canelo's this great closer either, per se, you know what I mean? I mean, he puts his punches together and all that, don't get me wrong, very well, in fact. But
it's free to hit the like button.
And if you don't hurt him to the body, well, Yeah, you got to hurt him with the body. I don't think you're going to stop him with just headshots. So I'm just kind of talking my way through it. I do see now we have Carcino on the line, so I'm going to definitely pop out to him and see how he's doing and get his takes, for the fights from the last weekend. And, of course, the big one here, Canelo and Kovalev. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Carcino to the fold. What's going on, Carcino? How the hell are you, man?
Oh, man. I've had better days.
Uh-oh.
I've had better days. Yeah, it started with the fight. I lost a bunch of money gambling. I couldn't get nothing right.
Oh, that's right. You went with the underdog. It was the underdog week.
Oh, yeah. This was a prime example of going with your heart. Going with your heart.
The key is
these situations all the time.
And the key is you're admitting it, though. Most people would make some excuses up or something,
Yeah, well, there's no excuse for this. I was going with my heart. I was like, the David Price fight was completely hard. I was like, come on, David Price. I'm like, I mean, you would have thought this was a big, major pay-per-view fight. David Price, I'm betting on David Price. This guy, I was so convincing. This guy next to me almost bet on David Price. He was thinking like, we got a shot of winning this thing. Like,
he's looking at those odds. He's like, wow, I don't got to put much money on it either. He's looking at those odds.
I told him, Andy Ruiz happened, a replacement. This guy wasn't traded for David Price. He's like, you know what? That sounds right. I just hope that guy didn't bet on David Price. Oh, my goodness. They've opened a sports book up here in Chicago, like in the Horseshoe Casino in Indiana. So everybody's like rushing to the sports book now.
Right? Yeah, they got that in Iowa now too. They got one in Iowa. I'm gonna go down to it's like something Bluffs. I can't remember, but they got one down there. But you can't bet on an Iowa team there. Isn't that funny?
Oh man, only Iowa will be that backwards.
Yeah, right. It's like, okay, fine. I'll just
get
some corn
10 years from now, they'll say, you know what? You can bet on teams from Iowa now.
Yeah, exactly. Probably a couple years.
Yeah, but man, watching these fights was incredible, though. Oh man, they were all like engaging. But let me start with the Shakir Stevenson one. I want to talk about that one because I was so disappointed when that fight started, the whole card, and I saw they had a 24-by-24 ring. I said, oh, wow, that's it. Fight's over. That's a 24-by-24. There's no way he's going to catch it. I'm sitting here, I'm telling my buddies flat out, I said, the fight's over.
Right.
I said, Joseph can't get it. 20-by-20 was big enough, but he would have been able to close in a little bit differently. A 24-by-24, he has no chance. He's gonna moonwalk all night and keep turning. And he'll be trying to chase this guy all night. And it's gonna be an uneventful fight. I told you that. At least I had that fight, right?
Yeah, you did. You had that one on the note.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very uneventful fight. But that situation has really flown the coop. And besides that, to top everything else off, the whole drama, ESPN, my God, you want to talk about the tackiest promotion of all time, that has to be it. When everybody is like, okay, we're not talking about that no more, it's time to talk about the fight, they still go and run the whole feature of the daughter, and I'm like, why is ESPN taking this sleazy approach to promoting the fight? They mention and reference her all through the event. She's not even there. and they're doing specials on her. I'm like, why are you talking about this woman?
Right.
She's not
And
in the fight.
it's not like they signed the fight. And Stroh's like, I'm gonna get his sister. I'm gonna go get her. You know what I mean? Like they already, you know, they've been dating, dude. It's not like you know, they don't hate each other. These guys.
Well, yeah, the hate is really, it's real now from what I but they used
That's
to be
true.
friends. Like, yeah, now it is, but they used to be friends. That's why I was like, this can't be, because I wouldn't say it was the best of friends, but they socialized. You know, he went and sparred him in his gym, and for his first fight, he was his training partner, and he just didn't get the respect from him, but some things happened where, you know, the incident in Miami happened, and all these different things, and people were, you know, like Josette now, they really upset she's not with the family no more, fighting under their banner. She's fighting under the banner of Stevenson and his team, and she's with the USA boxing team. She's trying to get back in the Olympics and qualify for the Olympics again. So she's fighting under their banner, and she left the family banner. So that's, you know, that's what the main problem is that she left and went over to his team and switched teams. So that's where the whole drama lies. But overall, Shakira Stevenson don't have any problems with him. Like, they don't have any real beef. It just was terrible, terrible, sloppy. Sloppy. Like, I never thought ESPN would stoop that low. Like, from the announcers to everybody, said that was the most sleaziest promotional thing I've ever seen. That was like with the Adrian Broner and Paulie Malignaggi and the woman, you know, that some, like, Instagram girl that Paulie was messing with, that Adrian's like, I took your woman. It's like, are you kidding? This is like an Instagram girl.
It's my side chick, he said.
Yeah. Don't talk about my family. Don't talk about my family. Oh my God. It was just nuts. The whole thing was just completely out of the realm. And normally from a, you know, top rank you would expect better. But the Taylor versus Prograis fight, that was one I got wrong. But that one, not only I didn't go with my heart, I thought, like, for sure, there's no way Taylor could win this fight. But Taylor actually showed some boxing ability, showed some angles a little bit, but even when they fought in close, he was like, wasn't afraid of that. And he was like showing that he had some bite. And he was hitting him with some good shots. You know, and then he catching Regis on the end, and he shot clean. And Regis is not moving. He's coming right in. He's not working.
Right.
And I looked at Regis, and once the weigh-in took place, Kurt, that weigh-in was so telling. And I said it then. I said, man, he had to strip down to make weight. I said, he was going to be like 154 on fight night. And he looked every bit of 154. Regis Prograis was so big in that range, Sean. Kurt. It was unbelievable. He was so huge. I was like, he can't make 140 no more. He might as well go to 47. This might have been his last fight at 140. Because if he tries to make 140, I'm like, he cannot make it at this weight class no more. It's killing. I'm like, his body is telling him to move up. So that was the biggest I've ever seen him look in a ring. And I said, my goodness, he's huge. And when the fight went on, he couldn't do what he was really saving it up to land a big money, big power shot and get the guy out of there. And they were having effect when he was landing them, like late in the fight, once Taylor started to slow down. But Taylor had so many rounds in the bank, I thought you could have had it 116 to 112, 115, 113. But there was no way Regis won the fight. No. A lot of people are like, man, I think it was a draw. Regis won. I'm like, it's some rounds that could have been close, but I think they really wasn't. Because I just said Regis didn't do enough. And I don't know how you scored it, but I definitely had it. I had it like 116, 112, 115, 113. Any one of those was fitting for that fight.
Yeah, I had a 7-5. I had a 7-5.
Right.
The max I could go as a draw, and it still didn't feel that way. I thought Taylor won. I'm right with you. I like how Taylor made adjustments early. Program made that adjustment way too late, though, but I like how Taylor was mixing it up on the outside and inside. And like you said, also roughing him up on the inside, landing clean shots. He just seemed like he had more of a game plan, and he had gone against Victor Postol. He had gone more rounds, whereas Prograis to me seemed like he was having a problem adjusting with adversity, thinking I'll just hurt him with my shot, and maybe the weight issue, played into that, like you said, and also he had only been 8 rounds once or something like that, and we know that that's tough. Sometimes you got to get through that 10 or 12 rounds once, and then your body's ready to go. And then you can kind of make an adjustment or whatever, but kind of pace yourself. I could kind of see, not that he was super tired and blaming it on that, but that played a part, and it was just too late of an adjustment. I really thought he was depending on his power too much.
Yeah, exactly. That's all he's known, and that's why I thought, this fight's going to be over once he touched Taylor. But he touched him a couple of times, and Taylor took it and was able to come back. When he did get stunned a little bit, I think the 8th round he had his best round. Regis did, and Taylor took it and was able to use his, you could tell he's been hurt.
Thanks, Adam, for the cash app.
Some tough fights, so he took the shots. He knew how to, to get on the inside and start working, smother the punches. I'm like, man, Taylor is showing me some grit. And I didn't expect to see that out of him. I thought he was full. And then as the fight went on, the last couple of rounds, he was pretty much tired, and he kind of knew he had it in the bag at this point. So I think he kind of coasted a little bit and didn't try to risk too much and get hit with anything big. But you would give it to Regis because he was the one pushing the action and forcing it at the last couple of rounds. So I gave the final 2 rounds to Regis to bring it to a closer score, but he had won 7 rounds by that point, had them in the bag. So yeah, that was a shocking fight to me. I never saw that fight standing out that way. I was like, wow, that was a stunner.
What do you see with Ramirez? Real quick, Ramirez against Taylor. How do you see that playing out, man? That's dude, these two are going to get it in. Talk about getting it in. These two are going to get it in.
I think Taylor, from what I've seen there, I would give Taylor an edge in that fight over Ramirez. Ramirez is a great fighter. He has more of a game plan of boxing and using angles, but I still think Taylor has a little bit more now. I think he has a lot more grit. So it makes it a more compelling fight now. It's all up in the air. So I'm intrigued to see it because Taylor keeps surprising me because he's pretty slick with his boxing. He knows how to stay, on the outside, keep his hands moving, stay busy, and Ramirez is a very active fighter, so, the fight will be there for him. Will Ramirez bang with this guy on the inside? And Taylor might hurt him, because Taylor, to me, he has some power. He has some respect on those punches. Regis has to kind of respect him. I was like, whoa. I'm like, man, that's incredible. He got his respect. So I'm definitely giving him a shot. I'm giving him an early lead in that. So far, I have to wait till they make it and everything. But right now, I'm leaning towards Taylor.
And Ramirez still has to beat Victor Postol, and I'm sure they give him another one after that potentially too, because that's a mando. A lot of times after your mandatory, you get you get an option. So I could see it maybe a year from now that they fight. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So before we get to Lubin, what did you think of Shakur Stevenson, though? Because some people were talking about a virtuoso defensive performance. Some people were down on him. I was right in between. I wasn't horribly down on him, but I didn't see the Mayweather defense counters huge shots that land clean where you snap the neck. To me, I didn't see this wizardry, I guess. Well, what would you think? I'd like to get your take on sport in this particular fight.
Completely overrated. The promotion showing Sugar Ray Leonard, Floyd, Oscar De La Hoya, all this stuff is grossly overrated. Grossly overrated. I mean, he's young, but he is nowhere near that level. And when he fights any one of the champions, if he fights Warrington, he's in trouble. He's in big trouble. Because if they think he's ready for Warrington, he is not. That 24 by 24 ring ain't going to save him.
Yeah, I don't think they go for that either. I don't think they'll be even to install that. I think they have to be a 2020 in that one.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not a fight, and you think that's a fight you want, but Warrington will get in your chest, and he thinks that Warrington's not slow. Okay, he's not Josette Gonzalez where you can see the punches coming 100 miles an hour. You're going to want to definitely pace yourself. You're going to have to be able to control him and use your jab and use different motions. He telegraphs a lot of his punches, Stevenson does. He kind of admires his work. He's not as busy. He doesn't really throw combinations correctly. He's more of a pop shotter and counter puncher, and that's it. He wants to come in and throw a counter punch and move out of the way. Counter punch, move out of the way. You know, and that is not the move. You know, that is not what you're supposed to.
Yeah, the people that are saying Mayweather, you can tell when Mayweather lands a punch, dude. You know what I mean? It's clean. It's a head snapper. The dude didn't see it coming. There was no explosiveness in his punching or combos.
Well, that's the thing. He's not. Floyd do a lot of different things before he throws a punch. And a lot of people don't really see it. He throws a lot of feints. He looks you off. It's a lot of subtle movements before. But that's why when you think of Floyd, somebody hits it clean. And then it snaps all the way back. And that's why when you see these things happen, you go, wow, this is amazing. Because I'm watching Floyd Mayweather do these things in action. I'm seeing him while he's like sparring and, you know, going through the motions and he's dipping his head back and forth. You know, he looks down, he twists his fists around. And while he does these little movements, he'll throw his hands up and he'll shoot the right hand. It's all these little subtle moves that he does that makes the fight look beautiful the way he does it. It's like artistry. But these younger fighters, they forget these tools have never been taught. And they only know the basics and they think they're, you know, doing good just because.
They got the mitts out, and they're doing the mitts routine and all that.
Yeah. And it's like everybody wants to pad like Mayweather, but they don't want to do the work. They want to admire the look and do all these different things. But none of them want to sacrifice and do what they're supposed to be doing, you know, in the ring, outside of the ring. And I'm really not impressed with that performance. I mean, he held a lot to stop the action and try to just touch and move. He didn't really put on a showcase, you know, and especially for a title fight. And I'm like, Floyd, I mean, they can say what they want, but Floyd was knocking guys out. When he was at that weight class, I mean, he was putting guys down. So when he was at the lighter weight, 130, I mean, he had a bunch of knockouts at the weight class. So I was not really impressed with him at all. It didn't show me anything in that fight. And
Yeah,
I believe
right
that. Yeah, so I'm like, well, he called out Warrington, which is a great fight. But you got Leo Santa Cruz, You have Gary Russell Jr., the other champions there in the division. So now that you're a champion, you're up there. You're going to fight those guys? I see you can call out Leo Santa Cruz, because he's not going to beat Leo Santa Cruz. He's not going to beat Gary Russell Jr., and he's definitely not going to beat Warrington. Warrington was his best shot. So let's see what happens. But I'm like, Warrington is going to be a lot busier. He's a lot faster. He cuts the ring off quicker. You're going to have to think on the fly. So let's see if you're ready for the big time. That's what he's going to have to do. He's going to have to determine right then and there if he's ready for the big time. Because if he's not, you're going to see somebody exposed really quick. And that's what happens with a lot of amateur fighters when they're not ready for the big time. And they get exposed because they're so used to being in amateurs where they're just trying to get points instead of trying to close the show when the opportunity is there. So that's what I think
to
about
another
it.
young gun who's trying to build his way back at 154, and you were about to go to him, Erickson Lubin. Let's talk about that main event fight, and also we'll talk about Easter Jr. Granados.
Yeah, I think Lubin showed me a lot in that fight, because that's the fight I thought he was going to be knocked out in that fight. I was like, man, he's going to get dropped. And I'm like, he's going to be out of it. There's no way, because that guy can hit Gallimore. I mean, Gallimore was going for it. I mean, he had a live dog in there. It's just that Lubin was like so prepared for him. It was just perfectly designed. He was definitely prepared for it. And I said, oh man, he's ready. And then he showed me some grit. He was able to take some of the punches. And I don't know if it's the fact that he filled out at 154 and, he kind of, got his pound of flesh up there, but he was taking the punches. As you saw, he was taking it pretty well. And as the fight went on, I was like, oh, it's going to get worse for Gallimore if the fight goes on. And he showed me a lot. I was just impressed. I mean, so this is the guy
pivot game on, has jab going, he was landing really hard. Hot shots. I liked it. I like what I saw.
Yeah, me too. And I thought, like, wow, this was, even though Gallimore was a replacement, he was prepared. He was more than prepared to take on Gallimore. And I was like, man, this is incredible. So, it surprised me. Because I've been watching this past like 4 rounds, 5 rounds. Gallimore, I'm like, well, his shot is lessening each round. He is not going to be able. Yeah, he is not going to be able to make it. So as he just continually moved on and on, I thought he did tremendous with his boxing, and now, I mean, he's a player at 54 now. So to me, it'd be interesting to see him in the mix. We got a very interesting 54 now. So it's a lot of people there. So I think down the road, it'll be the telling of the two.
Then Easter Jr. Granados was a very competitive fight. No surprise there. Good back and forth.
Yeah.
Obviously, that one scorecard was just ridiculous. 190. Like, really, dude? But other than that, it was a good fight.
Yeah, because once again, Robert Easter showed a lot of flaws. Granados was back in his weight that he needed to be at, and I was, happy for that, to see that happen. But once again, Robert Easter Jr. Moving up to 140. He's more comfortable there, and he looks good at 140. Just that his problem is he gives up his height, and he takes so many punches that he doesn't need to take. And I'm like, what is going on here? It's like, are you serious? Because
he started so fundamentally too. started with the pivot, the jab, and I was like, all right, dude, here we go. You know, and then nope, I'm wrong.
Yeah, I know. It's like if he gets hit, you know, it's like I gotta respond back. He goes back to the amateurs, and it's like you've done so much in your career. You won world titles. You gotta know how to pace yourself at certain points. You know, so I was just a little like, wow, you know, come on, you can do better than this. And Granados was the same way. You know, he fought like the veteran. You know, like the veteran who's done this before. So naturally, he's you know, in place and had all this stuff happening and movement and all these different, you know, elements taking place. So it was what it was, but I felt that the fight was close only because he made it an action-packed fight. And that's what he's just going to have to stop doing, fighting to the level of his competition. And he's making it more of an eventful fight than it needs to be. And once you start doing that, you know, you're putting yourself in you're behind the eight ball. Now, you fight somebody who's more talented than Granado, you're going to be in trouble.
Right.
And, yeah, so even though I liked him at 140, you know, I think that's the weight that he's comfortable at and needs to be at that weight class. It's just that, I feel that over time, if you fight someone, you know, of class, of stature, he's going to have problems. He should not be giving up his height. Your height is your advantage. Stop bending down at the waist to give them a better shot at you. It's nuts. I'm like, well, I don't know what the next time occurs if you weren't giving up your height.
In like the first 30 seconds of almost every round, maybe even a minute, he came out looking so good. Mixing up the punches, all the moves, like I said, pot shots, standing his ground, and then he just kind of threw it out the window.
Oh, yeah. Threw it right out of the window. That's the thing.
Just schooling him, like, dude, I'm serious now. You need boxers. Stop it, you know?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. His pop was sitting there watching him, and he was working everything off the jab. He started to pivot, and he changed all that up, and then started doing something else. And I'm like, oh, wow. Here is brawl time. He got hit. Granado hit him with a good right hand, and then it was brawl time.
Who do you think won the fight? How'd you score that? Did you think Easter did enough, or did you think it was a draw, or did you think
I think it was a draw. I had one round for Easter.
Me too.
I had one round for Easter. That was it. It was close. You know, but I had one round for Rob Easter. Because I felt he landed the more telling shot. You know, he was active. Granado landed. I just didn't think they had, you know, they didn't have more impact than the one that Easter was doing, like the uppercuts and everything else. You know, he had the more flashier punches, but I'm like, man, you're getting your bell rung in there because you're giving up your height, man, and it's a good fight, it's a win, but, you know, you shouldn't have won. You shouldn't have had to work that hard to get that victory. You know, the way Danny Garcia won the fight, that's how he should have won the fight against Granados, you know. I mean, he's not Danny Garcia, you know, but
I know what you're saying.
you had way all the advantages you just gave up in that fight. As soon as he got hit, you're back brawling. Oh, man, and that's been his whole career. His entire career has been marred with that fact that he made a easy fight, a tough fight.
He's been in a lot of entertaining fights, too. Shabakov, Comey, and really just that Fortuna fight. Other than that, it's all an action fight besides that. Yeah, that was interesting. What else do we got? Is that it?
Well,
what was that? Yeah, I think that's about. I think we covered it all.
Yeah, so now we can get to Canelo. That fight is this weekend, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It's just popping up on us, man.
Yeah, it's creeping up. And I gotta say, this has been the worst. That the zone, those 10-minute things that they set up was the worst I've ever seen for a promotion for a fight. I saw two of them, like the 40 something it's called.
Yeah, 40 days.
40 days or whatever. That is the worst I've ever seen. I said, I don't know what this is, but this is terrible. The 40 days thing, 1 and 2, 10 minutes. I'm like, what is 10 minutes? I'm like, what? Did YouTube have you on a restriction or something? What is it? You can't get more than 10 minutes?
The 10-minute. Remember back in the day, dude, the 10-minute restriction. I forgot about that.
I remember 5 minutes. You had to wrap everything up in 5.
Right.
You had to make part 1, 2, and 3.
Ugh.
Then when you got 10 minutes, you were excited. But my goodness, this was ridiculous. I'm like, then the way it's shot and directed is like, what are they trying to do? Are they making a commercial? Or are they making a documentary? Like, they'll show you all these different flashes of things, and they show them walking, and then some more flashes. I'm like, this was like a car commercial. What am I watching here?
I gotta check it out. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh God! Once you see it, you'll laugh because you'll remember everything I just said.
Right.
You're gonna say, yeah, this is like a car commercial. Canelo in a suit walking, and they showing clips of him doing different stuff, hitting the bag only, no sparring, no just him hitting the bag. Then he goes back to walking. I'm like, who is directing this?
He'll take like a bite of steak and go back to punching the bag.
Yeah, and then they cut away and talk to Draymond Green and DJ Khaled. What in the
right, like that's gonna
by LeBron James. I said, oh gosh, this is why. I mean, can anyone who has anything or any knowledge about boxing actually have a comment?
Yeah, right.
You got all of these guys critiquing what's going on, and none of these guys box. DJ Khaled, see, when you in the trenches, I mean, like, what do you know about the trenches, DJ Khaled? When you want to be the best, I'll be like, oh,
yeah,
God.
right. This isn't a remake, dude.
And then they got the other guy, Mav Carter, because he's one of the producers. He's talking. I'm like, what are these dudes doing talking? Neither one of these guys got anything to do with fight night. Let me hear a trainer. Let me hear somebody who's in the gym.
It's like, if you're a producer, just produce, dude. We don't need clips of you and segments and stuff like that.
Right. I'm like, let me hear somebody else. Let me get somebody out here who definitely have something to do with this fight. You're not going to get that to part 2 before you get one person in a camp to do some talking. Oh,
yeah, you know, those fight season commercials have been interesting because they paid a pretty penny where they placed them. So it's like, okay, Sunday Night Football, you've seen it in the World Series, or not the World Series, but in the playoffs, and you're like, okay, this is pretty cool. But, Carcino, they don't tell the date. Like, dude, Canelo Kovalev, give the date, dude. Like, these are casual fans, man. You gotta say November 2nd, dude. They finally brought up Canelo versus Kovalev. You know, you got to see the verses. And I was like, okay, cool. Still no date, though. Cool commercial. No date.
Oh, wow. Unbelievable.
Yeah, because they'll run through. You think, at the start, you think he's fighting Golovkin again, because it's like Canelo, Golovkin, Joshua, and Ruiz. And I was like, oh, that's a cool one. And that's been running for like a month. I was like, all right, that's cool. And I figured they would make, you know, edits and start to shrink it up to, you know, when the actual fights are coming. And they did. Then they made it Canelo Kovalev. But they didn't even get the date. We don't even know what the date is. We just know it's fight season. Well, they don't realize it's sports season in America. You know what I mean? So you got your fight season.
Exactly.
It's the fall, dude. It's the fall, man. This is where everything stops.
Well, exactly. And I mean, all these sports, football is back. You got basketball back. You have all these different things taking place. The Lakers are playing right now. I'm supposed to be live. People are waiting on me to go live. Memphis is up big on the Lakers, and it just started. So I'm like, oh man, they definitely waiting on me to go. But nothing's gonna stop this. We gotta get this Canelo fight broken down because this is a major fight. No person ever has made it to this level as far as one Hispanic was able to pull this feat off. And Canelo, he was a much bigger guy than Canelo, in my opinion. But Canelo has the boxing ability. Now, pretty soon he's going to move up. All this moving up in weight is going to hurt. Because if he's trying to go down to 160, he can forget about it. He might as well let those belts go. He's going to have to fight at a catch weight of 64 or something in that area. Moving up to 74, these guys walk around at 190. Canelo doesn't. This is a whole different type of feel of punch. And the danger is that Canelo, and for Canelo, is that, oh yeah, the jab. Kovalev's jab is very educated and strong. So, and Canelo, I know he moves his head a lot, but you can't. He took a lot of jabs from Triple G. You ain't gonna be able to take that many jabs from Kovalev. Now, if you can survive 6 rounds with Kovalev, then yeah, he'll be in position to definitely win the fight and stop Kovalev. If Kovalev gets tired, everybody said, well, if Canelo goes to the body, it's better for him. You go to the body, that should be it. And I'm like, well, yeah, if he goes to the body, of course he's going to go to the body, but you got to go through hell to get there. And early on, I think the first couple of rounds, I think Golovkin is going to probably start off winning the first 2 with the jab and keeping Canelo at bay and controlling the angles and just being the stronger guy. And I think he'll get Canelo's respect early with that jab. Now, Canelo's going to have to use his speed and quickness and elusiveness from the hip to slip the jab and get close to, Golovkin and, to Kovalev and land the punches. But you got to force him back. That's the best way to beat Kovalev. You got to make him fight off the back foot, make him back up. Can't let him sit there and you try to maneuver. You got to back him up, pressure him. That's how you get him to break. But you're going to have to go through hell to do it. But Canelo, I think, has enough dog in him. And I think by round 8 or 9, the pressure, Canelo can continue to put that pressure on him intelligently and smartly. He can probably stop him with a body shot. Or at least drop him. So I'm going to go for Canelo to stop him in 9 rounds.
Oh, wow. See? Okay, 9 rounds. He's going to take his ass out.
Yeah, I got Canelo by TKO on the 9th. Yep.
All right.
That's the best one. I think it's going to be interesting. I think Kovalev is going to be a tight fight score-wise because I think first 2 rounds, I think, Kovalev, you can give him to Kovalev because of the jab. And Canelo's going to be kind of studying him and seeing how he's going to get close. And then in the 3rd round on, I think Canelo, once he start landing some shots and getting close to Kovalev, I think those body punches will start to have some effect on him. But Canelo throws surprising body shots like the uppercut to the body. He leads off with it and comes with a right hook after a feint. And I think that will hurt Kovalev very much. When he throws that left uppercut to the midsection, it's very powerful and very fast. And when that happens, it catches you. It caught Triple G by surprise a couple of times, and it slowed him down. And that's why Triple G really didn't throw the right hand because he was trying to using it to guard his body because he didn't want to expose himself to Canelo was hitting him with the body shot. And that's what happened to Triple G's right hand. And people like, man, Triple G's not letting the right hand go. I'm like, well, that's why when you fight a body puncher and you're concerned about the body punches, you want to keep those elbows in. So I noticed that in their fight, and I'm telling you, this is going to be a telling fight where I think Canelo could really make a mark here. If he could really win impressively, he's already pound for pound on my list. Until I'm like, because of the level of competition, we fought moving up his way.
It's hard to deny it. I mean, you can say whatever you want about the first Golovkin fight. Say, of course, Mayweather's fooling, but it really doesn't matter. Like, dude, he's fought so much talent, dude.
Exactly. And I like consecutively. This guy's fought Laura. He fought Triple G twice. He fought Danny Jacobs. Now he's fighting, Kovalev. Like, and that's just recently. When he fought Austin Trout was undefeated at that time.
He didn't need to fight him at that moment. He didn't need that fight right there. Not with Floyd right in front of you,
Yeah, then he fought Cotto. He fought a lot of guys. And I was like, man, we got to give this guy credit. And all of this is happening after Floyd.
Right, exactly.
So, so we're going to see, where he ventures up in the end, as far as greatness, but everything else is like on the table for him to dominate, and run off the table with everything. So I think he's going to be up there, and this will give him a lot of his respect once he beats Kovalev. Ward beat him, before. I still think this will still be a monumental win because Andre Ward, he never came. I don't think he came from 54 up to 74, but this is quite a feat for Canelo to come up in weight.
It really is. I agree. This is a tough fight. But, I mean, the one thing is, like, Kovalev isn't going to move you to death like a Lara, but he does remind me of Trout as far as he's just fundamental. He's got a great jab, and he does that pivot. He circles. He moves, but it's subtle. And if he can come out with that, like I said, I'm with you on the early rounds. I see Kovalev, at least maybe not on the actual scorecards, because we know Canelo gets the scorecards. But when we're watching, I do believe that it'll look like Kovalev's up, and something's just going to break through. I'm just in between on the stoppage. That's about it. But other than that, I'm with you. I'm definitely with you. Anything else that you want to cover, sir? Or do you want to? I know you got to get talking that LeBron Lakers stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but no, that seems to be it so far. Oh, yeah, that Dono and versus Ryan Garcia. Oh, that's the game. Right. Yeah, I mean that's the fight to see. That's the main
thing. I forgot about that. I'm glad that you said that. I totally forgot about that fight.
That is the fight to see. Dono is and for those who are listening, Dono is the Manny Pacquiao phenomenon that you remember from back in the day. He's a lightweight Manny Pacquiao for sure. That guy there is got some. You go watch his highlight reel and you're gonna find nothing but some impressive knockout plays. And don't sleep on that guy because he's incredible. And everybody said Ryan Garcia, if you don't know about him, he's a little pretty boy, hits the bag real cute. He's friends with the Jonas Brothers. He has like 1 million subscribers on the internet because of it. And when you go through this whole process of listening to this, you go like, wow, man, this is what this fight is. And everyone said he was afraid of him because he pulled out of the fight. So when he had an opportunity to fight him, because Golden Boy didn't want to put him in there with Bruno. So they was like, well, we're going to let you. And he's like, no, I want that fight. I want to fight Bruno. And they were like, nah, we don't think you really wanted to fight Bruno. So we called out Oscar and got all mad. So Oscar started and said, you know what? We're going to give you what you want. You want the big money fight? Fine. You're going to get a big money fight. Into big money. First fight, do-up. I said, oh yeah, now you're getting do-up. You want big money? You know what? We're not going to pay you, so I'll give him that. He said he's not afraid to do no. He can fight him. He's like, this is the fight y'all wanted, the fans, and said I was scared. I'm going to prove I'm not scared. And I give him credit, all due respect and credit to him as a fighter for taking that fight. So that's the co-main event, and I am ready to see it. So I hope you guys are ready, because it's going down.
Yes, sir. I'm glad that you reminded me of that. I forgot to bring that up. Heck yeah. All right, man. You take it easy. You have yourself a good weekend, man.
All right. Thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it. I got to get to this.
Yes, sir. All right, man.
All right.
Take it easy. Back to work. All right, man. Back to work. Arcino goes. The hardest working man in the boxing business and the sports business. I mean, just every type of business, right? Him and Ness, they got to be the hardest working. Ness was just left, right, over here. I'm over here. He was at the WBC convention, all that good stuff. We do have 7 minutes left of the live stream. 646-381-4990 is the number to call. As far as breaking down this Canelo fight, I do think that jab, like I mentioned to Garcino, I do think the jab and just his boxing ability is going to go far for, for both of them, but for Kovalev, especially in the first, say, chunk of rounds. You know what I mean? I do believe that. I think so. Now, the difference, like I mentioned a couple times with Erislandy Lara or some other guys that move, like Mayweather, it's a little different with Kovalev. You know what I mean? He's not going to be moving. You know what I mean? Like far out there, just coasting along. He does have like a 2.5 inch reach. As far as, the overall reach, he's 6 foot. He doesn't have the longest arms. For some guys, they look like they have long arms, and then when you see the measurements, you're like, huh. Yeah, I guess not. Maybe not, And that's what I kind of feel like, because you got 5'8" against 6 foot. I thought he was more like 6'1" for some reason. But you got a 2 inch reach, 70.5 to 72.5. That's what that was, right? Yeah, so. But Kovalev can, not that he can necessarily defend himself, but what he brings on that side, the offensive side, is kind of like his defense. And it's going to take a little while to adjust, in my mind. And I'm still not sold that Canelo is this guy that cut the ring off, only because he really hasn't faced that in this time frame, But that's not to say he can't inch forward and start to time a guy. And it's not just going to be going to the body. Plus, he's got a pretty damn good jab, too, doesn't he? So I think at some point Canelo is going to be able to time that jab. And you never know. We may see, a Kovalev that actually is going to push the pace a little bit. We may see somebody that wants to sit in the middle of the ring and just, like I said, pivot and move laterally a little bit. I'm not totally sure how the style is going to go, but what I do know is Canelo's really not a finisher in my mind. Now, he does have a guy in Kovalev that is somewhat faded. As I mentioned, Anthony Yard almost finished him, but he almost did. I just feel like, I don't know, it's tough for me to see Canelo, not that he'd be chasing him down, because Kovalev doesn't move like that. He's not running around or moving around immensely, right? It's more like subtle movement, like I've been saying. And so maybe he's going to say, well, I'm the bigger dude. I'm going to have to, hold my ground too. That could be. Like I said, maybe he'll be more of a patient crusher and come forward. I don't think he should come forward like his style from a couple of years ago. And Buddy McGirt, it seems to be a good match between them, him and Kovalev. And he said, you know, we're not looking to be the bigger guy. We're looking to be the better guy. So that tells me he's going to box and circle and all that. So I think it'll take a chunk of rounds, Canelo, to figure it out. Once he does, though, I feel like he's going to land the crisper shot. Once he gets beyond that jab, and it's not going to be easy. And it's not just, oh, I hit him to a body, he's going to fall. Because remember, first of all, you can say whatever you want about Ward's low blows, but he hit him with a lot of body shots. And it was like levels to submitting him. There was times where, you know, it wasn't low, and he'd look at the ref like it was low. There was times where he turned his back, Kovalev against Ward. Ward hit him with a lot of shots. Then he hurt him upstairs. Then he went back downstairs. And like I said, there wasn't much of a target once Ward had Kovalev on the rope. There wasn't much of a target. So where else was he supposed to punch him? You can't bend your head, you know, down like that and protect yourself to the point where you're kind of leaning on a rope. There's no, like I said, target. So I just don't. And you can see Ward really going for it in that fight. And maybe because Ward was healthy in that second fight camp, you could just see his body look way better. It really did. He looked in great shape. And we know a lot of that had to do with the shoulder, and he was also having problems with his knee swelling up, and so he couldn't really do the road work that he needed. So he's kind of just piecing together rounds and whatnot, especially, you know, early goings when he hits the deck. But I just don't know if I see Canelo selling out for it against this big of a guy and this big of a puncher. Because he is a pretty damn big puncher. So you have 90 seconds left of the live stream, by the way. 646-381-4990 is the number to call. I'm going to go to Portland here in just a little bit. I'm going to kind of feel out where he's at. Portland, if you have time to do it now, we can do it now. If you need 10 or 15 or 20 minutes, that's cool too. I can do the rest of my prediction. I can do news and let you find your spot. You just let me know. 503 Portland.